As you guys know, planning is super important. So while we wait for our wood delivery, we're going to be replying to some of the most asked questions in the comments. So let's start from the beginning. I think there's a lot of new people here, and I think it would be good to introduce ourselves again. So I'm Eda.
I'm Eliezer.
And I'm from the UK, and Eliezer's from Brazil. We have been living in Portugal for the last 2 years and bought this property just less than a year ago.
And you might be wondering, if she's from England and I'm from Brazil, where did we meet? Well, I met Eda in Chile, and we traveled in a van all the way from Chile until United States.
But now we're here in Portugal, and we're planning to stay here for the next 2 years until we complete our projects. If you've been watching, you know that we're building a tiny house while we're waiting for a few documents for our main abandoned house to be approved. To make this a bit more fun, I think we should make a tour of the land while we answer some of the questions. So there are a lot of things actually happening in this area as we speak. We've currently got 2 guys here helping us clear this land, this kind of hill area that has been so overgrown. There's so many pine trees that have just been sitting there rotting, but now we've cleared it. And here in Portugal, because of the wildfires, you need to clear your land and prepare for that season, which is coming up in a few months. And another thing that we'll be doing soon is this road. This is our main access to the tiny house, to the land. So it's super important that we get this cleared up and make it a bit easier for us to come in with the cars, and also for trucks and other things while we build the main house. Now this part of the land has been cleared, I'm envisioning opening up this space for us to park the tiny house. We have such a great view up here. I think we'd just be making the most of the land, opening that up, and also it would give us a space for parking and for trucks to be able to reverse, because currently there's nowhere. So that will be something that will be happening soon.
All right, another question that you guys have is about prices. How much are we planning to spend on our tiny house, and how much are we planning to spend on our main house? And how much was this land, by the way, as well? So to start, this land is a 10,000 square meters land that cost us 47,000 euros. For the tiny house, we're planning to spend around 30,000 euros. And imagine, that's a good price it's a complete house. It's tiny, but it has everything. And for our main house, it's a 130 square meters house, light steel frame, a lot of glass everywhere. Here are some pictures of the project, for example. 2 bedrooms, 1 kitchen, a lot of space, swimming pool. We're planning to spend something around 130 to 150,000 euros, and we're planning to do that in the course of 1 to 2 years. And also let's go down here to next to the house. So I'll show you guys some of the other plannings we have about gym, office, a lot of cool ideas we have for this house. This here is the house now, but you can see in the picture, a lot of glass everywhere, double high ceilings. It will be a nice, very, very nice house. You saw this on the project house video, but what you didn't see is our ideas for our next project. This will be a social area, so we have a barbecue here, swimming pool here, but right there, we want to make something like a cabin for a gym, but at the same time, a games cabin. Like we can put video games there, snooker, and ping pong, some other games that will be all social. So here you can go for the swimming pool in the house, we can go for the gym, put your muscles up, and also play some snooker. That's our plans. And for the ruin right there, this is the ruin that we found. Last time that we spoke about the ruin, we didn't have a concrete idea, but now I think that we have. We want to make an office here. It's a tiny ruin that must have what, 10 square meters or something like that. It's not that big, but it's a perfect size for an office. So we're gonna keep obviously the stones and put some windows that you can see the nature and work at the same time. And you're gonna be away from the main house and away from the social area that you can have your privacy to work. I like this angle because it's a very big land, but everything concentrates at this part. Here's the ruin, here's our future gym and games room. That's the main house. That's the tiny house over there that we're building. So everything is very close by, but you also have privacy. That's what I like about this land.
I think a lot of people are asking us how we're doing this, where are we getting the information from, how we're researching. Actually, we're researching a lot from YouTube. There are so many tutorials, there's so many great videos that we're using to build a tiny house and for techniques. So honestly, YouTube is a major resource for us. Also, ChatGPT is a game changer. We're literally using it multiple times a day to take photos of something that we don't understand, ask it questions, and it has really detailed, bullet pointed instructions and really useful information. So ChatGPT is super useful. And also, my mum is building her own house in the UK, and her partner has over 40 years in construction. So we're kind of using him as much as we can, calling him whenever we're doubting something. So his name is Bogdan. He's an absolute savior. And yeah, those three things are our major sources of information, I guess.
Thanks, Bogdan.
Thanks, Bogdan. We love you.
Another thing as well is channels. We watch a lot of channels. Tell them about the channels that we watch.
Yeah, so there is so many great YouTube channels. One of our favorites is a guy called Drew Build Stuff. He has some of the most insane detailed YouTube tutorials on how to build saunas, how to build a tiny house. He builds so much cool stuff, and his video production is insane. The quality of his videos, he goes into details of price, of materials. So we're referencing his video a lot for this tiny house. And yeah, that's all for free on YouTube. He even gives you the tiny house plans on a link in Google Drive for free.
And another channel as well is Van Wives.
Oh yeah, Van Wives is I love Van Wives. I think Van Wives are they're just so cool. They're currently in Mexico building a house themselves. They've never built in Mexico. They've never built with concrete. So that's really interesting to watch. I think it's just a massive inspiration as well to see other people building themselves, you know, DIYing. We don't really know what we're doing, but it's learning as you go. And I think that's the best way how to do it.
Yeah, and Nikki and Harry.
Oh yeah, shout out to Nikki and Harry. They're also a couple in the UK that are reforming it's like a house, but I don't know how many houses they've reformed, but they have great videos. I absolutely love their channel. I always watch their videos on Sundays, and yeah, massive reference to another young couple, all doing it themselves, also DIYers.
Yes.
There are so many channels out there, but those are just a few of our favorites.
Yes, and here guys is the good old yurt area here in the land. If you guys are here from the beginning of the channel, you see that we built this yurt. That's how we learned to build stuff, you know? Gary came down from England and helped us build this in the last summer.
Yeah, so as you can see, we have one yurt put up, and then we built actually a second platform to put a second yurt up, which is actually in this pile here. But we haven't done that because the first yurt was so stressful putting up. For now, we're not going to put up the second yurt. Let's see what we do with this. Maybe we build a geodome, a greenhouse. Maybe we do put up the second yurt. But this is such a lovely spot actually. And soon, because it's been winter here, we haven't been sleeping in the yurt, but the yurt's absolutely kitted out for us to sleep in, to cook in. So now the weather's getting a bit better and it's spring here in Portugal nearly, we can start sleeping in the yurt to be able to build a tiny house faster. So yeah, there she is.
Yes.
Beauty.
Another question that we get on our comments is about our past and about our future. In the past, we used to travel a lot. I traveled for over 10 years. Ada traveled for what, 5-6 years, something like that.
Yeah, I'd say so.
We used to backpack. We used to travel in a van, travel in a car. We traveled like Brazil in a car, sleep in the car. Vietnam in a motorbike. A lot of adventure.
Lots of adventure.
And that's what got us here. We got tired of traveling, and now we are really excited to build our house.
So what's happening from here on out? I think our future plans are obviously to be staying in Portugal for at least the next 2 years. I reckon that we'll be here for around 2 years building the main house as well. The tiny house, as we said, we have a time frame of about 5 months to get this done. So then we can start the main house. So that is the main project. And I think that building a light steel frame house in a year, because it's a faster method of building, won't be an issue. But let's see. As I always say in building, things don't go to plan, things take longer than expected. So we're just going with the flow. The main thing is that we're enjoying this phase of life, this new chapter, I guess, because it's completely going head first into things we've never done before, we don't have any experience in, but we're learning as we go, and we're just really enjoying it. It's so satisfying building stuff with your own hands.
Yeah, I always used to say life is about you add something for the society, you add something for people, and have fun in the middle. No? I guess. Okay, that's it. This video is because it's good for answer your questions about us, for you to know us more, and also because we were not good about planning and we have to wait a few days for the wood delivery. For the wood delivery and for us to start building our walls for our tiny house. So see you next week, where we're going to start building the walls.
Yeah, stay tuned for the next episode because we're really going to be building this tiny house. Oh,
yes.
So exciting.
Let's go.